Hey, welcome back to Angry Bird. This is Tyler, your host. If you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. This one hits me because we left men behind, and I watched a video where a cosmopolitan journalist dated right-wing men on purpose. Forgive me, I'm tired as hell, man. I'm gonna have some coffee in this video, and it's just because I've been working like a dog and not getting too much sleep and aches, just aches. So if you don't know, um, she basically dated these men and she reported on it. And the report she put together is what I watched, and it was just sad, man, because you're listening to the story, and you're hearing a group of people out there in our world right now, a large group actually of people out there are missing the one thing that we all desire the most, and that's that love, that love in our life. And unfortunately, this group of men don't know how to get it. They don't. They might find someone that will serve them, and then they'll get that person if they get lucky. But most women ain't gonna do that shit. So a lot of these men are left behind. So the only way to get them women is to force women or to reach them and give them some guidance, man. Nobody should be without love, man. Nobody. So if you don't know, I met a guy who introduced me to Andrew Tate, and that was the first time I heard about Andrew Tate. And then he was confused how I'd never heard of him. He was so confused because Andrew Tate's so big, right? So I listened to one video of Andrew Tate, and then I literally get back to this guy. He was a young man back then, and I told him like that is like the worst fucking person in the world, man. That guy's so bad, dude. You have no idea how bad he is, right? Like trying to convince him. Even today, 8, 10 years later, I don't know if I ever convinced him that Andrew Tate is a bad guy. He believes Tate. He doesn't believe the women in the stories, He thinks people will make up stuff to make a bloke look bad when they get that big. So, bottom line is, him, and these men really had the same problem. I'm happy to say that he has somebody in his life that he cares about, and they've had a relationship for quite a while now. And it's going well for the bloke, man. He got one, and he's happy, a lot happier. He's a lot busier too, man. He don't respond as quick. He found somebody, and he's having a good time in his life now, and he's got a partner now, and they share the world together, and the world's fucking great, man. Okay? So, whether he figured it out on his own or whether I assisted, I don't know. But I remember all the conversations I had with this man. And I remember telling him about my wife, what it means to me, how we connected, what our fights look like, why they're petty on the surface, and what matters is what is your goals and dreams, and can you get out of each other's way so they can obtain them, and can you be there behind them to push them to them? There's things you got to understand in a relationship. When you grow up and it's always been me, 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 me in your family, right? You're just selfish, and they keep feeding you that you're the most important thing on the planet. Oh, you're so important, kid. It's all about you only. You're special, right? And then you get out in the world and realize you ain't very fucking special. And it ain't really only about you. It's hard to overcome the hurdle to get in a relationship, Because you have to realize the women have the same problem. They grew up in the same world. Me, it's about me. And so meeting together, it takes work. Both sides, really. And so selecting the right girl to try to date is just like the girls selecting the right guy to try to date. You know, when Andrew Tate teaches you just look for tens, that's not the real world, man. And tens know they're fucking tens. So they expect they've been treated different their whole lives. They expect a different bloke than the average Joe. If you're an average Joe, that ain't gonna you're asking for a fucking problem. If that's the first thing you look at when you're looking. I'm not saying don't go for it, man. Go for it. Fine. Go for it. But understand the thing you're getting into here. It ain't never going to be about looks. It never will be about looks. Looks tricks your brain, actually, you know. I'm not saying I'm not saying get with people you're not attracted to, you know, that I never did. What I'm saying is look at the looks second. Because people are beautiful, man. Beautiful when you let them be themselves. When you try to control somebody into just be like me and only like this and you know, they become an evil son of a bitch, man, or mean. When you let them be creative and you let them be and you push it, like there's people out there that want to do things in their life. If you enter their life and you say you're not going to do those things, they're not going to be with you, man. They're going to move the fuck on. They want to grow, and if you're not ready to grow, then fuck you. You know, it's how it's going to be. You look, the saddest fucking thing in the world is a bunch of people out there, a large number of people out there that cannot find love or don't understand the concept. And then they go and follow Andrew Tate and think that's how it is. And then when it doesn't work out, they get in these little groups together and bitch about life. Because life sucks. When you don't have love in it, it fucking sucks. For some, you know, look, I shouldn't say that. It don't need to suck if you don't have a partner. What I'm saying is, if you really, 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 really fucking desire it, like these guys do, and can't get it, it really does suck. You gotta feel for people that want love so bad and can't figure it out and how to get it. And when you get hurt enough, you become a mean person. And sometimes these blokes out there, you know, and I try to put their shoes on. Sometimes I can't understand the mindset, but they don't understand that when, just like in baseball, man, just like learning baseball, how to swing a bat, you know, you don't hit a home run the first swing. You know, you might not even hit the ball the first swing. You know how many times you just swing and all you hear is the air before you finally hit one? So what does it take to be a Major League Baseball player? Well, you got to swing the bat 100 times a day, 200 times, 300 times a day. You got to build up that strength, the speed, the accuracy, the ability to control. You know, you got to fucking put in the work to be a major leaguer ball player. Love is so much simpler than that. Truly is. You have to put in the work, but only until you find it. And then you put in a different kind of work. And then you got it, and you know, as long as you don't fly off the handles, you won't lose it. The problem with a young man is that pain that pain of betrayal is hard to understand. And it's hard to deal with. And you don't want to risk it again, man. You don't want to go out there and get your heart trampled on. But that's the only way you're ever going to find it, is to risk it, man. You know, there's that old saying, no risk, no reward. Well, it's kind of true. And you have to be able to be willing to get your heart broke in order to find somebody that won't break it. Because how you ever going to get there if you don't try? You have to try. And you're going to learn real quick. You're not very good at it the first try. Maybe even the second, or the third, or the fourth, or the 20th. Okay? It ain't about that. It's about, did you learn 20 lessons that you're not going to repeat? Because if you're stuck in that group, what you think is that the women got 20 lessons to learn and you got nothing to learn. You're man enough. You're the right bloke for every woman. And that's where you're fucking wrong. You're the absolute worst bloke for anybody, including yourself. You just don't see it. You're not a bad person. You're in a bad mindset. And you're listening to someone teaching you a worse one. One that makes him money and gets you in a circle of bullshit that you can't get out of. You can't escape. Because all you do is surround yourself by other blokes like you. So, if you want something in your life, you're going to have to earn it. Earn it. An honest earning. Okay, Andrew Tate has money. He could just buy sex and women. He just has money. He rides around in a Ferrari and women will walk up to him, okay? I don't understand it, and I don't give two fucks about it. If women are attracted to that, and that's what they want to do willingly, I don't give two fucks about two blokes being consensual. What bothers me about a bloke like that is he puts his hands on women and brags about doing it. Like, who does that? Who rapes a woman? Who beats a woman? Who does that and brags about it, man? You know, who puts women down to the point that he does? And see, and when you follow that and you're a guy and you're like, dude, this guy knows everything there is to know about women, it's like the absolute fucking total opposite of really knowing anything about women at all. You see, when you associate money with genius, then you look at Andrew Tate like, man, that's what it takes to get women. And wealth is not smarts, man. Wealth is maneuvering and being a predator in a big lake, okay? If you fucking want women, you need to be yourself first. And if you don't know what yourself is, you're going to have to go start trying new shit. Okay? What do I mean? I just mean start reading books. Start taking hikes. Go join a fucking different kind of group and just try something different. That's all it takes. You change something in your life so that you associate with a different group of people and you will have a little bit of access to some more knowledge about what it takes to find true love and find partnerships and find yourself so you know what you're about. So when you meet someone else, you can really tell them what you're into, what you enjoy. Let's do it together. Instead of sitting around a hurdle of fucking boys, you know, circle jerking with each other, man. You know, it's okay to be bros. It's okay to have bros in your life. It's okay to do dude stuff, man. But if you're trying to find women and you're trying to be in love and you're trying to find that life that you're thinking you deserve, the effort has to come. And don't surround yourself by people who bought it. Don't surround yourself by people who bought it with money. Surround yourself by people who earned it with effort. And you will fucking earn it too. That's the path, man. I hope it makes sense. It ain't the only way, but it's the way I would do it. Love y'all.